Welcome everybody, and thank you for spending a little bit of your time. It's been a long week, at least for us. It's 2-3 more hours to go, so thank you for dedicating some time to us. I'm Germán Rodriguez, and I'm with JoinPad. We have been in the business of augmented reality since 2010. Our focus is being strictly enterprise applications. Our goal is to simplify our clients' installation, maintenance, support processes, saving costs and improving efficiency by providing a single efficient AR interface, delivering all the relevant information to the point of use. We work different sectors. We work oil and gas, telecommunications, transportation, automotive, energy, and aviation. And we have been lucky to working with great names in the industry. Especially with Samsung, we have the privilege of being their global AR partner since this year. Our company started in Milan in 2010, and we have now commercial offices in San Francisco, Dallas, and Sao Paulo, and a joint venture in China. Okay, let's talk about augmented reality. In this industry, we have a common base of a high number of pilots that have been done in the last years in different companies. Normally, a lot of these pilots, they just show the technology, they are just a proof of concept, and then die. The reason we're doing this speech during this show is because we wanted to bring to the public and to customers and peers the journey of a company that actually went from pilot to a global implementation. So we're going to be talking about this journey with Alstom, where we went from a POC to a full implementation, delivering an integrated solution with confirmed ROI and improved processes. Before I get into the meat of this, Slido for Q&A. I have the presentation time for another 8 to 9 minutes, so I should have enough time to answer any questions. So in 2016, we were called by Alstom to help them improve one of their internal processes. Alstom develops and markets systems, equipment, and services for the transportation sector, offering a complete range of solutions for high-speed trains and urban mobility. It's obviously a global company, headquartered in France, over 60 countries and 30,000 people, working in the Americas, Middle East, Africa, Europe, and Asia Pacific. So the objective of Alstom is to support the entire life cycle of its products and infrastructures, offering a wide range of services: maintenance, modernization of fleets, parts and repair, and support services. Okay. What was the scenario when we started our collaboration with Alstom? They needed to improve communications between their on-field operators and the remote experts providing guidance. Complex operations were accomplished using non-standardized methods to connect the workforce with the facilities control rooms. So this was the current process. There wasn't any standard. The information was delivered using different services and different platforms, and it was really hard to communicate what they were seeing in real time, and they struggled to deliver the correct procedures for maintenance. This is our standardized approach for companies that are looking to embed augmented reality in their processes. We do a pilot. In this case, was focused on smart assistants, as we will see. Then we do a deployment, and then we enhance the platform. Okay, we first conducted a feasibility analysis that allowed us to understand Alstom's requirements, redesign a process for AR, identify the best technology, and deploy the initial solution. The initial solution that we wanted to implement was the smart assistants, and JoinPad smart assistants is very specific in this market because it's the only one that can be deployed on any device. There's no hardware constraints. We can deploy the smart assistants on glasses, Moverios, HoloLens, ODGs, And in tablets, we can work any type of tablets on phones, Android-based or iOS-based. There are no platform constraints in terms also of the software that they're going to be running. Especially in big companies with a large operation, you're going to be always having the constraint that you cannot force a company to use only a single device or a single channel. So that flexibility was very important also for us, for them. Okay, the use of augmented reality, especially when applied on smart glasses, offers considerable advantages in the field of the remote assistance. Camera-based devices, real-time video and audio streaming, information overlay in the field of view. Following the first analysis, we decided to choose Microsoft HoloLens for the first application because we needed the environmental mapping that was provided with the HoloLens. They wanted to have a hands-free operation, and the intervention times were between 15 and 55 minutes. So that was very compatible also with the battery life. How does the Smart Assistant work? It's designed to provide the remote expert a see what I see tool. In addition, the remote expert can place holographic 3D widgets in operator's field of view and log them to the real object the operator is working on. So with this implementation, we have a new flow of information where the knowledge transfer doesn't have any type of interruptions, and it improved the process. What you're seeing in the screen, this is the web end of the application. So the remote expert has access to it from a computer platform. We improve the capabilities of the HoloLens by allowing from the remote end to improve the positioning of the widgets in the field of view of the operators. Additionally, the remote expert is able to push 3D models, diagrams, and PDFs into the operator field of view to help that remote operation. This was the last phase of the first phase, the last part of the first phase, pardon. We confirm a concrete reduction of downtime and cost while significantly enhancing the information quality and error reduction. That concluded the first phase, and that was basically the base for Alstom internal team to showcase the solution and actually gain internal momentum and internal support to go to phase 2. This is a short video of how the technology works between remote support on a web-based and the HoloLens. So we use the capabilities, the mapping capabilities of the HoloLens. The remote operator is able to place widgets in the 3D space. Those widgets, that can be widgets, annotations, or other objects, they are locked in the 3D space. Okay. So what happened after this initial phase and testing? We actually decided to bring the project from a pilot stage to production and integrate and enhance the application with a platform to manage work orders, sessions, and the relative produce documentation. Some inspections tasks don't require the full hands-free operation, so JoinPad advised to extend the development of the smart assistants to Samsung Android tablets. I want to take a second on this. There's a lot of discussions around whether remote support should be glass-based or tablet-based. In our experience, we have had multiple projects with customers. It's extremely narrow, the cases where the degree of complexity of the degree of efficiency gain actually justify the acquisition of a new piece of equipment. especially since the last year, we are able to deploy most of these solutions also in tablets. So from the customer perspective, you can have an operation with glasses that is going to require a significant investment, and it's going to be hardware that is not already in the fleet, versus deploying some of these applications in tablets that they are already using and they are already paid for. So this decision for some of the applications that they were planning to use our remote assistant was very important, because it actually optimized the capital spending and actually helped the ROI of the project. This is a quick video of how the application works when the remote expert is on the web-based end of the application, and the field operator is using a regular tablet. This part of the solution is very interesting because it was first thought and deployed in a Google Tango device. Then we improved our algorithms, and now it can be deployed in pretty much any Android device that is running Android 5 or later. So no special cameras, nothing out of the ordinary. This is a Samsung Tab Active 2 ruggedized tablet for industries. Okay, key successes of the second phase were integration with the company software and processes. We believe that a standalone AR solution can prove the concept, but until the solution is fully integrated with your maintenance software, with your ERP, that's when the solution actually starts delivering the real value. Data security, the application was fully developed and then was implemented within their security parameters. So our customers have full control of the data flows and the security of the data that is being transmitted. Third item, as I mentioned before, CapEx optimization. Using glasses only when they are actually necessary, and using tablets is an excellent mix, an excellent way to justify this type of investments. This last video is showing the application deployed tablet to tablet. So this also gives flexibility from somebody in the field to give support to another person in the field. It's a mirror application, so you can take annotations both ways, tablet to tablet. And that concluded the second phase. Now we are currently into the third phase of this project, 3 years into it. This third phase was launched and encompasses the global expansion of the service that we are providing and the inclusion of additional features. Because the most important thing on this type of AR project is when customers understand that AR is going to be the interface for a number of processes in the future. So it's not a standalone solution, but it's a platform that is going to deliver a number of different information, services, and procedures for the future. So we are currently embedding on the same platform installation, training, and troubleshooting procedures in augmented reality. Smart tools and other relevant IoT devices are being connected to the platform, and the information is being delivered through the glasses and through the tablets. And we also do third-party integrations. ERP, maintenance management, and predictive maintenance softwares are being integrated, and the information is being delivered through glasses and tablets. And this is basically Alstom talking about their experience and the process at all.
Nell'ambito del tema Industry 4.0, nel 2016 Alstom sceglie JoinPad come partner tecnologico per la sua esperienza decennale nel settore della realtà aumentata in ambito industriale. Il processo preso in esame è quello dell'assistenza remota che mette in comunicazione un operatore esperto con gli operatori sul campo.
Smart Assistance è un prodotto JoinPad, progettato per semplificare la comunicazione tra un operatore remoto e un operatore sul campo. Utilizzando la realtà aumentata è possibile in tempo reale condividere oggetti virtuali sul campo visivo degli utenti. Smart Assistance è un prodotto cross-platform, è disponibile per smart glasses, tablet e web.
Dai test effettuati sul campo abbiamo avuto dei riscontri molto positivi. Questo ci ha convinto a passare in produzione. Inoltre abbiamo integrato il sistema con altre funzionalità tipiche dell'Industria 4.0 come i big data e l'intelligenza artificiale.
Questo rappresenterà la naturale evoluzione della piattaforma industriale.
Thank you. So beyond the Smart Assistance implementation, Alstom now enjoys a platform to keep improving maintenance operations. A significant consideration, is our advice to customers, is to create a project that has enough hardware flexibility. As we all know, tablets are much more stable, and what we can do in tablets it's well known. But the smart glasses market is still very fluid. Costs are changing. Technology is still changing, and there's still a lot of debate between monocular and binocular glasses, holographic and mapping technologies. Currently, we have 18 companies that are in different stages of a similar path. We have seen the growth of remote support technologies, and we have integrated right now our projects in companies in telecommunications, energy, automotive, electronics, and manufacturing. Thank you very much for your attention. If there are any questions. First question, how long did the pilot last before the program went into production? It was about 10 months. Typically, feasibility analysis and initial design take about a month and a half, then the installation. Then we had a limited number of users using it for 3 months before we started actually collecting feedback and going to phase 2. What was the latency typical for the HoloLens during the interaction positioning 3D markers remotely? How do you deal with it? I don't know, actually. I can get back to whoever made that question. I'm not that technical in this sense. Main challenge on the final product implementation, 3D data, API integration, security. Actually, the main challenge is the human factor. Especially when for us that we are in the industry, we're used to play with glasses, we're used to spend a lot of time with them, but we don't consider that it's a very significant change for somebody that hasn't been working with this type of technology. So the first thing that I advise is be very mindful about how do you deploy it within the workforce, how do you communicate about it, how do you plan for how long the first initial sessions are going to last, and especially be very receptive on collecting the feedback and being able to actually modify the interface and simplify the interface to make it work for the actual user. This is really important. It's very easy to go on an executive office, engineer's team, and sell a solution because it's cool, it works, it's efficient, and everything. But the involvement of the actual users is the most critical phase. API integration, it wasn't a big challenge. Actually, that's basically most of what we do on a regular basis. The security for us is a little easier because we don't depend on third-party algorithms, so we can deploy everything within their security parameters.
Excellent.
Well, thank you very much for your questions. Thank you, Clara.
Herman, before you leave the stage, one other quick question for
Yes, sir.
you. You mentioned the positive impact that Alstom found in the initial pilot that led them to carry on with the, are there any concrete numbers that you're allowed to share in terms of the impact?
I'm not. I have to say that when the project was only based on HoloLens, it was positive on the efficiencies, but considering the cost of all the hardware, it was very even. I think an important phase was when the mix became tablets and HoloLens, because in that case you can start deploying a solution on a wider number of users without incurring extra costs.
Yeah,